All right, so I wanted to show you guys the new rollers that I printed. These came out absolute. Let me get the dirt off of them. That's what I get. These came out absolutely beautiful. I mean, they printed so much better. They printed so much better than the black ones or the gold ones that I made. I mean, even the inside is beautiful. This white PLA I had laying around. I also printed a solder stand for my TS100 soldering iron. And so that would actually hold this guy here, which is, oops, you guys can't see that. Sorry. This would actually hold, if I take this off, the base for that for cleaning the thing, but the soldering iron flips down inside there. Let me see if I could break it out really quick. I got this TS100 a while ago, and it's like the best soldering iron I've ever had. And so this should just sit like that, huh? Freaking sweet. And of course, this was printed out of PLA. I probably should have printed it out of something else. And then these are wire holders. You go like this, and you put 2 bars between there. Anyway, that's not really what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you these guys. So I'm going to put these on the system here and see if it fixes the ring. So I will spare you the take apart and come back when it's done. So really quick, just to show you the difference. I mean, just the difference on the inside. Now, it's still, one side still has that rough finish, but that's because that's what my build plate has, which I actually kind of like. But just look at the difference in the, what would you call that? In the concave area, it is so smooth, except I keep getting dirt on it. It's driving me crazy. But yeah, this is really, it's got little blotches on there. That was from the slicer setting though. So that's one reason why. Oh, criminy. But yeah, the difference is, especially on the inside, the difference is just, I mean, this came out immaculate. I think I also printed this on a finer setting, but anyway, let me get back to the build. So, Spaceman, I printed the roller 4, and so as you can see, it's definitely much better. I like the fact that there's still a little play, but not much. And of course, it'll look a lot better once I fix it all together. These will stiffen out. But yeah, that is much better. There's only a little bit of play in that, which again I think is good. So yeah, let me get it fully assembled. All right. So I can definitely work with that. I mean, it flows beautifully, unlike the other one. So now I have the arduous task of putting in the magnets in the ring. I'm thinking about printing out a new ring because I really kind of messed that one up. I do have screws in there though that I don't think are going to mess it up. But I think I'm going to take those out and figure out a different way to either press fit it or something. But yeah, that's working really, really nice. I also printed out this little clamp, which I thought was kind of cool. I use it to do the bearings. If they're too hard, I open it up like this, put the magnet in there. I mean, the bearing in there. Anyway, yeah, so Spaceman, I do love that design, like I told you before, of the 2 different, what is it, the 4 different pieces. There was nothing in your design on how to hook them together, so I just assume you glued them together. And I use this stuff, which is supposed to be the best stuff for PLA. It's this, I forget what it's called, but it's 16 fast set. It's number 16, and it's for acrylic, but it works great for PLA, especially when gluing together coils. Because I actually don't print this in one piece. I print it in two. I print, one of the edges and then the centerpiece, and then I print just a top because it's a lot easier. I could print it in one, but it would be a little difficult. I'd have to put all kinds of support material in there. But I glue these together with that stuff. I don't use crazy glue because this stuff is a lot stronger. It takes much longer to set and for you to actually use it, but it's good stuff. So if any of you are looking for glue for your PLA, hold on, I think my thing is fogged up. Hold on. All right, so there's the name of it. Looks like it's a little, yeah, there it is. So it's called, I can't even really see what it is. Let me turn the light on here. It's SCO, Grip by the IPS Corporation, and it's number 16, fast set for acrylic. Works great for PLA. All right, so now I just have to, I got to take it apart, and I got to take the other one apart to see if hopefully those coils will fit in between here and not impede the flow, which I don't think it will, because I think these are smaller than the original ones. I don't have any of the original ones left, but here's, if I do decide to make new ones, here they are, and they're very thin. They're extremely thin, so I may just do the pancake coil. And there was a user, I think his name was Joshua. He made a fantastic suggestion about putting a cam on these rollers so that we could turn them. I don't really know how the cam would work with this setup, but for maybe something in the future, this way we can tighten or loosen the rollers. But I'm probably still going to put some sort of rubber on there, not so much for noise reduction, but just so it'll run a little bit smoother. But let me get a couple of those coils off of there, and hopefully they'll fit. If they won't, then I will definitely roll a different style one, more of a kind of like a pancake coil. It'll look weird, but it'll be cool because I've got plenty of space in each of these quadrants. So this guy would sit, oh, you can't see that. This guy would sit right there like that. And again, this is much bigger than the older coil, but it would sit up there like that. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. Come on. And it would be more of a pancake coil. It would be a thin but wide coil, and but like I said, we got plenty of room there. All right. So in case you were wondering, if you could see, there's an indent here and an indent here, and this coil sits perfectly in there, and then the top piece would go on there, and so yeah, it's trapped in there perfectly. He did a great job, Spaceman. You did a great job on designing these. As you can see, it fits in there. See, I put it in this one here. It takes a little bit of squeezing, but it does fit in there beautifully. And so I'm hoping that the old coils will fit in there, but we'll find out. So just to reiterate the design difference between the new and the old. Now, the old was beautiful, but there was twice as many parts. Just on the ring itself, there was, I think, 2, 4, 6, like 10 pieces or 8 pieces that made up the two halves of the ring as compared to the the 6 solid pieces, or not solid, but yeah, they're solid rings or solid tubes. Also, the coil holders were two separate pieces. These are two separate pieces, but they're in halves, so they make more sense. And again, with any type of prototyping, as you guys know, you're going to go through different iterations. But yeah, the difference between the new and the old is day and night. And again, I loved this old design, but it doesn't even remotely compare to this one. And as far as assembly, ease of assembly. All right, let me finish messing around here. All right, well, I think I shot myself in the foot by trying to be clever and putting on this outer rim here, or this ring to hold in the coil. In doing so, I made it so it's impossible to get it in here. I would have to spread this too far. If these weren't here, they would definitely fit. But as you can see, or maybe you can't see, yeah, I can't get them in there. Even if I spread it, as you can see, it still wouldn't. Or lift this guy up and show you that it sits in there, but not deep enough. I might be able to get the ring off. I seriously doubt it though, but I'm going to give it a try. So surprising enough, the ring came off pretty easy. The only problem is it doesn't really fit the gap there. I'm going to have to rework it a little bit, but I think I'm better off just for a lot of reasons. First, I'd have to work it to the point where it would get too close to the wire. I already had to really mess it up just to get the ring off. It didn't take too long to do these either. And for the new design, or the new coil, it'll be totally different. This one fits in there really nice. And it gives me enough room to mess around with the ends if I have to. And so I think I'm going to wind new coils. I don't know what to do with these though. I do have another idea for a different type of engine that I think these are going to work really good in. In fact, I know they'll work really good in. I saw it's a picture this ring, but now picture it cut in half horizontally, so it's just like a track, and you can put a ball bearing or even a magnetic sphere in there, and then energize these coils, and it shoots it around. So I think I'm going to save these guys. I got 3 of them. I think I'm going to save these for something else and go ahead and wind the new coil. It won't be too bad. I've got the new Coil Winder Jig, which I think I showed you guys. This one, it turns out, Spaceman, these were too big to actually work inside these, so I reprinted them and I made them smaller because they just don't fit. They're just too tight. But I made them smaller, and the smaller ones work really great. I don't know if I brought them out here or not. I'm actually reprinting one of them now because the little support piece fell off. But you guys get the idea. You put this on there like that. I put it in my coil winder and it will spin it like this. And then I take it out, pop it in there. Bingo, bango, bongo. I don't want to leave the jungle. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, so looking really good, Spaceman. Looking really good, Mr. B. I'm going to hopefully, I'm back to work tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to have time to work on this throughout the week. I'll see if I can. Yeah, I really like the way that works. I still need to figure out how I'm going to connect these two. I tried your way of putting a relief in there to fit a small screw, but the smallest ones I have, where are they? I'll have to see if I can find some smaller ones. I still like that idea, but these are the smallest ones I have, and they're just a little bit too big. The countersink isn't that deep, and I don't want to do too much of it. So I may just go back to my pin idea. I was thinking of just getting a piece of clothes hanger and just cutting it just big enough to stick through there. I think that'll work good. Anyway, I got to get to rolling these coils. Ciao.